We have to do our own strategic planning in each country, in each province, in each city, in each neighborhood, in each block, in each group, family, friends, colleagues. We have to identify threats and opportunities which are external. What are the threats that they are posing to us? And what are the opportunities? For example, a threat, they want to impose world government on us. An opportunity, the internet, we can communicate. And then the strengths and weaknesses that we have, which are internal. What are we strong at? Where are we weak? We are weak in that we have very little physical resources. We are strong in that we have spirit. We have the warrior spirit. It's basic risk management. And as I say, internet is a hell of an opportunity that allows us to do what we are doing now globally. We can interact. We can interface. Look at it. I'm in Buenos Aires, Argentina right now. And this video can be seen just as well by my neighbor across the street, or by you friends in New York, in Texas, in South Africa, in Egypt, in California, in the United Kingdom, in Germany, in Malaysia, in Iran, in Canada, in France, in Russia, in Brazil. That's a lot of power. So we have to understand that this is war. Put it in your mind in golden letters. We are at war. And it is a war so powerful and so subtle that only now are some of us starting to realize that we have been at permanent war for almost a century. Their war machine has units, brigades, squadrons, battalions, armies. I'll give you some of their names. The Federal Reserve Bank, the Bank of England, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the World Jewish Congress, the World Zionist Organization, Freemasonry, the CIA, MI6, Mossad, the Anti-Defamation League, AIPAC, the American-Israeli Public Affairs Committee, the Military-Industrial Complex, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, the Bank of International Settlements, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan Chase, Exxon, British Petroleum, HSBC, Royal Dutch Shell, the World Economic Forum, CBS, NBC, CNN, Fox News, BBC, the World Health Organization, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, the Economist, the Financial Times, the Murdoch and Conrad Black media empires, Halliburton, Roche, Pfizer. I could go on for a long time. They are very powerful armies that they wield against us. And they have their symbols: the Pentagon, the White House, 10 Downing Street, bird flu, swine flu, the war on terror, 9/11, 9/11, 7th July in London, Osama bin Laden, the boogeyman, Hollywood, Congress. It's a veritable swarm that they throw against us. And like a hydra, even if you cut one head, another one will grow in its place. They are powerful. So awakening means realizing that war is being waged against us. It means understanding that we are under mortal attack. It means understanding that we are in a stance where for each of us and for each of our countries, it's a question of to be or not to be. And it's up to you to decide to be, and it's up to them to try to make sure that we will not be. So awakening others, planning and acting means counterattacking. We the people going to war. The key is a paradigm change. We have to migrate from today's war against we the people that we are only now starting to realize even exist, to tomorrow's we the people at war. I repeat, we have to go from this war against we the people to we the people at war. We must use the tactics of the weak. We must become intellectual guerrillas. Don't fear being involved in intellectual skirmishes, in traps, setting traps to them, in intellectual aikido. Big is not always the best. Let me give you an example. If two people who are mortal enemies are inside this room where I'm in right now, and one has a 125mm anti-aircraft machine gun, and the other one has a 9mm pistol, who's more powerful? The guy with the 125mm anti-aircraft gun is slow. He's going to have trouble moving, and if he shoots, he might even demolish the whole building and kill himself in the process. Whilst the guy with the small 9mm pistol, he could just aim and shoot. So here, big firepower is not better. Small firepower and flexibility is better. Keep that in mind. I used to give us an example when I gave conferences during the Bush years in Argentina. That I used to say to somebody in the audience, Juan Perez, "Hey Juan, think what would happen if you, little Juan Perez, had to go and meet George W. Bush and negotiate on behalf of Argentina." The guy would say, "Oh my God." And I go, "Yeah, okay." You're right. But let's just say we support you with good intelligence. And when you're meeting with George Bush, we know from beforehand that George W. is very scared of wasps. So what do? Whilst you're discussing the future of Argentina with George W. Bush, I go inside the room with a little flask, a little jar, with 8 or 9 very aggressive wasps. I open the jar and I let them loose. And when George W. sees that, he's going to get nervous. He's going to not concentrate on what he's doing. He's going to start sweating. He's going to want to end the meeting as soon as possible. And you might get more out of him than you would have had he been completely focused on screwing Argentina, to say it very mildly. So very often, to have intelligence and information on something that does not even have to do with what you're dealing with can be a hell of an advantage. Intelligence, thinking. If we decide to fight back, we need to interact and interface globally, and then we shall prevail, because we are more, we are better, and we are stronger. What can we do? The tea parties that you're doing in the United States, rebellions, town halls, disobedience, passive disobedience like Gandhi used today, not pay taxes. Get out of the system. That is the key. That's the big change. That we decide to fight back, that we decide to take our countries back, that we the people will simply not take this anymore. From Argentina, I'm Adrian Salbuchi, and I'm raising a global army, quote unquote, to kill the New World Order and world government vultures. Will you help me? Welsh poet Dylan Thomas once recommended, "Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light." So let it be. Goodbye. Good luck.